Hello and welcome to a new tutorial for Album Turbo Design. This is the main window of Album TD. Album TD design area can be used in multiple view, showing all sheets, or in single view. To change the view, you may use this icon at top left. This is single view and multiple view. Multiple view shows all sheets of the album. Okay, first of all, let's create a new album. You have to click at the album management icon. New album, input a name for your album. Select a folder. This folder is to save the database of the album. Documents, album TD is a good place. Now you have to input the size of the album. You may select between centimeter and inches. This album will be the 20 of 10 inches and the cover will be 10 by 10 inches. Back cover will be also 10 by 10 inches. You may select some of our predefined album sizes and also select them between some of the album manufacturers available. But now let's input them manually. We have an album of 20 by 10 inches and 0 inches margin at 300 pixels per inch. Now you click at Save and Close and you will get an empty design area. Also the pictures list is empty. Now you have to drag some pictures using Windows File Explorer or Mac Finder. You may add them by folders, folder by folder. This way you may later filter the pictures by these folders, by any combination of folders. Okay, now we have some pictures. You can see you may check or uncheck the folders and Album TD will filter the pictures to see. Okay, let's start now our first sheet. First you have to select some pictures. To select pictures, you have to click at them, or click and press Ctrl to select more, or just click one, press Shift and click the last one. This will select a range of pictures. Now you have to drag them and drop to the left side or the right side of the sheet. Album TD will automatically apply one of the layouts available for 4 pictures. Okay. If you click at another layout, it will change the layout or design of the pictures in the sheet. You may select any of the layouts included for 4 pictures. But just remember that these are only pre-designed layouts and you may change the design later freely. You may, for example, input a vertical and horizontal margin to make a separation at top, bottom, left and right. This is ½ inch separation at each side in this page. You may also input a gap or separation distance between pictures. This can be done with a slider or just entering a value by clicking at this icon. This will set a distance or gap between the pictures. Okay. Let's return to the initial layout. Once the pictures are in the sheet, you may select them by clicking at this button at bottom. Each side, left and right, has his own button. By clicking at them, you may select all pictures in the sheet. You may also select them by clicking at the picture or by Ctrl and clicking at the pictures. Once selected, you may drag all the pictures from the corner or the sides to make them smaller and larger. You may also click and drag the pictures to move them around the sheet. This can be done with all the selected pictures or just with one picture. Let me show you the same in single view. This is the single view. We have 3 pictures selected, we move 3 pictures. If we select only one picture, we move one picture. You only have to click and drag. To make it larger, drag from the corner or the sides. To move a picture in his own layer, you have to press Ctrl and drag. To make a picture larger, you have to press Shift and drag, larger and smaller. Ctrl to drag, Shift to resize. Okay. One of the new features in this version 1.6 is the ability to automatically align pictures. Once you enable the Align Pictures option here at the top, and you move a picture, if you go near to the top or the bottom of another picture, the middle of the sheet, the margins, top, left, bottom, or the border of the sheet, Album TD will automatically align the picture with this align guide. For example, if you have a picture at this position and you want to align this picture to this one, you move the picture, and once you get near to the top of the other picture, you can see a blue line, the align line. Album TD will help you to put the picture in the right place by magnetically aligning them to the other one. This alignment works with all pictures and all sides of the pictures. You may align them at top, at bottom, the middle of the sheet, the center, vertical center, at the horizontal center. For each picture in the sheet. For example, now it aligns top to top, bottom to bottom, and again bottom to bottom. There are other options to align pictures and make them the same size in Album TD. Let's for example have these 4 pictures in the sheet with different sizes and different positions. I select the first one because I want all the pictures the same size. Once I've selected the first, I select the others by pressing Ctrl, and now I select make them the same size. All 4 pictures have now the same size as the first one. Now I move this picture to the center of the sheet. And then I select the other pictures again and align them at top. All pictures are now aligned at top for the first picture selected. I put the first and the last picture at the end of the sheet. Now I select again the same pictures, the 4 pictures, and select to distribute them evenly around the sheet. You can see all 4 pictures have the same distance between them. With this option here, you may select if pictures are placed centered or at the top left corner when you start a design. I only need to resize a bit this picture and add a color for the background. May put black on left and also black on right, and I have finished the first sheet for our album. Let's start a new sheet. You click at the plus sign at left. This creates a new empty sheet. Now I put a few more pictures on this sheet. Let's put these 2 pictures at left. Okay. I will put them horizontally here. Okay, one bit more centered, that's fine. And another picture for the left side. And I make it way smaller. I will add now a background to this sheet. I select the backgrounds list and drag a background from the list into the sheet. Once in the sheet, you may resize them just like a picture. You make it larger, you can move it, and you may change the opacity. You may also add a picture as a background. You only have to take one of the pictures, let's say this one, and drag it at the backgrounds icon at bottom. Now this picture works, and you may change the picture opacity for the background. Now we will move these pictures and resize them to the bottom and align them bottom to the other picture. I will also set a gap between these 2 pictures, ½ an inch. Okay. Now to place a frame and a shadow to these pictures, I select them, right click and select frame and shadow. Select a color for the frame, size for frame and shadow. Picture frame and shadow may be applied to all sheets, all the selected pictures in all sheets if you want. But for now, we'll do it only for this sheet. We apply, and we have a frame and the shadow added to the picture. Okay. Let's create a new sheet now. And again, we will drag some pictures. To the left and to the right. Okay. We select the left pictures and input a margin. And now I'll show you the purpose of the center of the sheet. This red line in the center marks the center sheet. If you move the center to one side or to the other, it changes the virtual center of the sheet. That means pictures at left are larger now than at right. With this option, it's very easy to change the layout of a sheet. And you may also design sheets in panoramical view. That means without a center. You can move the center without moving the pictures by dragging it and pressing Ctrl, or by just selecting the panoramic option here. Let's clean this sheet by pressing the X at top and drag only one picture to the sheet, and it will fill the whole sheet. We may change the margins, and now it fills the whole sheet. Okay. You may add clip arts to the sheets. Just take a clip art and drag it to the sheet. You may resize it, and you may move it. To resize, press Shift, and to move it, simply drag it. You may also add text to the sheet. Click at the text option at bottom, input a text and select a color and font. Once in the sheet, you may resize it and move it just like with a clipart. Album TD also includes masks. Just click at the mask icon at bottom, select the mask you want and drag it to the picture. This will mask the picture and frame it. Of course, you may continue resizing the picture with the mask and move it, or resize the picture in the layer and move it. To activate one sheet in the multiple view, you only have to click at it. This will show this frame around the sheet. Once the sheet is framed, active, you may select single view to view it larger. With this option, you may flip the sheet horizontally, and the design at left will become at right. Once you have finished your designs, you may click at this button to save all the sheets. You may export the design to JPG. You have to input the first sheet and the last sheet. First sheet is always a 0 because it's the place for the cover. You have to select a target and click at export. Once the process finished, your sheets are ready in JPG format at the selected folder. You may also export them to Photoshop. At Settings, you may choose your Photoshop version. Then click at the option to export, select the range of sheets to export, and also select the target folder. Now we will export them to my new album PSD. Export. So you can see this will start the process in Photoshop to create the document with all layers. Once exporting is finished, you will get sheets with all layers available. This, for example, is the second sheet, and you can see the shape, the picture layer, the backgrounds layers, just the same as within Album TD. You may also edit a picture by converting it to black and white, sepia, or rotate it. This can be done in Album TD. But if you want further changes to your pictures, you may use your favorite picture editor. This can be set at Preferences. It can be Photoshop or any other application you may select. We have selected Photoshop. If you click and edit the picture, it will be opened in Photoshop, and you have to apply your changes. We make now an invert, a drastic change. Once you save the picture in Photoshop or your preferred editor, it will be automatically updated in Album TD, showing the change in the albums, in the sheets used, and in the pictures list. In Album TD, you may also create a whole album in automatic. Just select the range of pictures to be used. In this case, we will select all the pictures. Click at Automatic Album, enter the number of sheets, the gap between sheets, and the margins, vertical and horizontal, you want for them. Remember that you may change all sheets later by editing them one by one. This will create preliminary designs for your 4 sheets. Now we have 4 sheets in automatic design for your album, right? These options here at top to align and make pictures the same size can be applied to multiple pictures in multiple sheets. For example, if you want that this picture, this one, and this other have the same size, just like this one, you have to select them, make this sheet the active one, because you want them the same size as this, select it, and then press Ctrl and click and makes them the same size. All selected pictures in all sheets will be made of the same size as this one. This is the first selected in the active sheet. This is also valid for top alignment, bottom alignment, and so on. With Album 2D, you may also draw or design covers and back covers. I'm saving the sheets now again. And now I want to put this sheet, the cover one, as the first sheet in the design. I just right click and select Move Sheet, select the new position 0 and press OK. This will move the sheet to the position 0 and save all the sheets. If needed, you may also move one sheet by pressing at these controls here at right. This will move the position one up or down. You may change the active sheet by clicking at it or by using these controls at right to go up and down. This can be used also in single view. If you are designing one sheet, you may go to the other one by pressing at these controls. Please notice that once you open or make active a sheet, the layouts at bottom show the layouts available for this number of pictures. For example, we have 2 pictures here, and layouts are for 2 pictures, and 3 at the right, and layouts are for the 3. If you move one of the pictures from the right to the left, you will become here layouts for 3 pictures and here for 2. The center of the sheet will mark the difference between one layout and other.